Hi, welcome back to Sarsops. My name is Lana. Today I'm going to show you how I transformed this cabinet. It was a custom order, so on the top we used the Java gel by General Finishes? Oops. And at the bottom we used Dixie Belle in the navy. It's a beautiful color. But because I didn't choose those colors, I had to do something to have some fun. But to know this, you're gonna have to watch my video. So we're gonna start by removing all the hardware from this cabinet. And sometimes you have to use all your force to do that because it's very hard. Some screws are very tight. I also want to stress that it's very important to clean and wash properly your future project for your paint to adhere. I'm using a substitute of TSP, but you can use any kind of stronger cleaner. Always mix it by according whatever is in the back of your package. You're not gonna believe by the time when you wash your piece, it would be surprisingly how dirty water it looks. And it's always never fails. Doesn't matter how clean your piece looking at before, at the end, it's always amazing. And I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna show you the water. It looked beautiful. It looked clean for me. But at the end, just look at this. Look at this water. Oh my god, it's so nasty! But now this piece is very clean. I'm going to stain the top in different color. So first I'm removing the old finish to prepare for new stain to take. Starting with the 80 grit sanding paper, I'm gradually gonna move up to 120 and then to 220 to prepare the surface to be very smooth. After sanding is done, I'm removing all the dust, and also I'm using the mineral spirits to precondition the surface. I'm gonna let to dry for about 15 to 20 minutes before I start to applying my stain. Today I'm using Java Gel Stain by General Finishes. It's recommended to, because it's a jelly consistency, you have to mix everything. It's also softened up a little bit. It becomes more like a pudding consistency then. To help and speed up me with the process of application, I just drop the gel stain randomly everywhere around the top surface, and using a sponge applicator, trying not to overwork in the same area, I just apply it all over the top. I want to ask you for a big favor. To help my channel to grow, please subscribe to my channel, just simply clicking to subscribe button. And also, if you want to see my future videos, you can be notified when I post a new video. You have to just click that bell button, and it's always gonna show you when I post something new. And if you're already a subscriber, I want to thank you very much. And for any reason you have questions or you want to have put some comment, please do at the bottom below. I'll let stain to absorb for a few minutes before I start wiping off with the lint-free cloth, but it looks like it's working pretty good. Just wipe off all excess, whatever is coming out. And because I was trying to achieve very solid and dark Java chocolatey kind of a looking top, I ended up applying 2 coats of, I waited for 24 hours before I applied the second coat. And after that, I allowed to dry for about 72 hours before I apply the top coat to protect it. And while the top is drying, we're gonna work on the bottom of this piece. We're using Dixie Belle in the navy. So this door has an oval indentation, and look, at first glance, you look like I had just drawn the hair. Here I want to give you another tip. I already painted the back of this door, and it's hard to hold it somewhere without touching and smudging. So I simply using a skewer to put in the hole where's the handle, and this allows me to have a little bit more control. Also, always spray some water if you feel you need to achieve more spreadability, and the paint gonna look much smoother on the surface. Here I'm already applying the second coat of the paint. Because the paint is such a darker color and it has a very great coverage, I really only just use two coats to create that solid look without anything coming through. Also, I want to make it clear, you don't have to spray the water. I'm just showing how it helps me to achieve the smoother results and spread my paint more further along. And this is where my fun began. Remember, I told you at the beginning of the video that I had to do something to have fun. So I decided to try a stencil. And right here I'm applying Driftwood by also Dixie Belle chalk paint. And I'm using a small sponge applicator. And with stencils, the less paint you use, the better. So the less is more actually, because otherwise it's gonna leak through and smudge everywhere. And because it was my first time attempt, and also I was recording it the first time when I attempted, honestly I was very nervous. Did it come out perfect? No, not at all. But I had some fun. For the top drawers, I decided to use different product. Was my choice, and I used different applicator. I just used the makeup sponge, and honestly, I did like it better. It was softer, so it was a little bit more control. It didn't absorb, maybe because it was different product I was using. I'm not sure, but I feel it was a lot easier application for me. And now it's the time to put the protective coat on the top. I'm using Minwax polyacrylic in satin, clear satin, and you do not want it to shake. You really want to just use a spatula and mix around, because you want to mix the all ingredients, but you don't want to shake it to create the bubbles because it's going to affect your application. To apply this top coat, I'm using a sponge applicator. I want to point to something very important. So the gel stain that I use, it's oil based, and the top coat is water based. So we know water and oil don't mix. So for me to be able to apply the water based top coat, I had to make sure that the gel stain was completely dry. That's why I had to wait at least 72 hours. Also, I want to let you know that all the product that I use today, I'm gonna make sure I list them in the description box, and it will be some links there too. So if you cannot find something locally, you always click on the link and it's gonna lead you to any of the websites where you can definitely for sure can find the product. So we're gonna let the top to dry for at least an hour or so before we attempt to apply the second coat, and we can wax the bottom at the moment. I want to talk about this product. Oh my god, it smells so good. It's Dixie Belle Big Mama's Butter. It's this scent is orange groove, and seriously, it smells like you just peeled some oranges. It's lovely. And like with any wax, you apply it with a brush, or you can use the lint-free cloth. So you rub it in and then you let it sit for a few minutes and you wipe it off excess. And just like that, by the time I finished applying the bottom, the top was ready to be sanded and for a second coat. I gave it a very light sanding with the 220 grit sandpaper just to smooth out and remove all the dust as always because you don't want any dust between the coats. To give a good protection, I ended up applying 4 coats of polyacrylic. I felt it was good enough to give enough protection that I was looking for. Also, I was lightly sanding after each coat. Here's another tip for you. To protect my brush from drying, simply just drop it in a Ziploc bag and it's ready for next time use. To give a fresh look for my hardware, I use the spray paint to paint it. Are you ready for big reveal? Let me show you how it looked before. So this is how it looked before. And this is how it looked after. Oh my god, it looks so good. I was so excited. It's the best feeling when you put your piece together, you try to decorate a little bit, and when you take in your final shot, it's the most excited. It's like adrenaline rushing through your body. And I want to thank you guys for being today with me. And if you haven't chance to subscribe, please do so. Also click on the bell notification so you get notified when I post a new video. And don't forget to check description box for all the products that I used today. I just want to point, look at my stencils. I was so happy to make them. It was great. And that's it. Thank you again. It was Lana with Sar Soaps. Until the next time. Thank you guys. Bye bye.